Well, it seems like the marketing for Conan the Barbarian is picking up. It only took us to be less than a week away from this guy dropping if you have the combat back. For WB to remember that they still had to release this character and promote it. What's up? It's your boy Dynasty, and we're back discussing some Mortal Kombat 1 MK Uno cringe content for y'all today. Now, obviously, you probably watched the intro dialogue with Conan the Barbarian facing off against Johnny Cage yesterday. That confirmed this Thursday we'd be getting a gameplay trailer dedicated to the next DLC character, Conan the Barbarian. Well, now today, this afternoon, we got confirmation that also on Thursday, we're going to have a Kombat Kast. So got that to unpack, and also seeing a lot of posts online of people claiming to have figured out what exactly Conan the Barbarian's gear is. People were saying that it could be his sword because in the two teasers we've gotten for the character, they're at like different angles, and people were saying they're different swords, when in reality, I think it's just the actual lighting of the stage and the animation making it look a bit different. So I don't think it's a sword, but regardless, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison to what we can actually see in both of these teasers to kind of try to guess what it could be. I don't think we know what the gear is. I think the gear is either going to be the sword, probably the belt, or maybe the headpiece. So again, I'm sure all these questions will be answered come Thursday. Now, before we break all this stuff down, if you guys do me a solid, it takes you a second, please drop a like on the video. If you missed it, reacted to Mai's trailer for Street Fighter 6, reacted to Conan the Barbarian. We talked about Mortal Kombat 1 being at EVO. Been pretty active lately. If you missed all those videos, hey, go check them out. With that said, let's unpack the Kombat Kast for Conan the Barbarian. So earlier this afternoon, the official Mortal Kombat account came out and said, "You will understand why his enemies fear him. The Kombat Kast featuring Conan the Barbarian returns January 16th. That'll be on twitch.tv/NetherRealm and on the official NetherRealm Mortal Kombat YouTube channel." So safe to say, this thing's already done and in the books. It's going to be a pre-recorded live stream, which I think is so funny because at that point, they should just upload it in a video format because it's not like you can even chat on YouTube because the comments are disabled. But yes, that's the plan for this Thursday. Gameplay trailer drops in the morning, then around lunchtime, Central Time, 12 p.m., that is when the Kombat Kast is taking place. 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. East Coast. Looking forward to actually seeing how the actual meta of the character gets discussed, broken down. You can see here in the gameplay you're looking at in the background, randomly the sword just glows. Excalibur randomly gets superpowers, so I'm intrigued to see if he has a meter, how this all comes into play. Hopefully the gameplay doesn't look as stiff as the trailer that dropped a month ago, the teaser, but it's so late in this game's life cycle, and I'm sure they've been working on him for a while. I doubt they could really overhaul the animations. I will say this though, comparing the initial teaser to the one we got yesterday, it's kind of like a night and day difference. It could be because the actual quality isn't as compressed as the initial teaser that Boone gave us, again, weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, this is where I think things get interesting. I've been seeing posts and tweets on X saying the gear for Conan is gotta be the sword. However, your boy did a side-by-side comparison with not one, but two different images from both of these teasers, and you can see when it comes to the actual clash sequence, the most recent tease is on the left, the original is on the right, but they're both wearing the exact same headpiece. They're both rocking what appears to be the exact same sword, armbands, necklace. You're gonna see in the next image the actual like waist attire. The belt is the same. The boots look to be the same as well. So everything we've seen in these two teasers is the same. I know it looks kind of weird because the angle of the sword is different. In the second one, it's Johnny, not as big as General Shao like in the first one. So because of that, I think that's why the angle of the sword's different. But if you look closely, it's the exact same sword. Like the color scheme's the same, albeit the lighting and the stage is different. But you can see, make no mistake about it, it is the same sword. So I'm kind of here to clarify that and obviously present to you guys the science behind the speculation. Legit, in my opinion, all this just looks the same. Now let's make our way to the second compilation image, side-by-side comparison I pieced together. This one is based off of the first, or I guess you could say like the first 5 frames before the battle launches, after the character select screen. You get this. Left being the, I believe, the original, and the right being the more recent one, which is why one quality is better than the other. But again, you can clearly see the boots are the same. The belt is the same. The actual attire, his little tights, are the same. I feel really weird saying that. The neck piece, I guess you can say necklace, is the same. And again, the headband, helmet is the same. And even there, I know you can't really see much on the right side, but the sword, if it was any different, maybe it would be a little bit longer or something. Pause. It looks to be the exact same. So that has me intrigued to see what the actual gear is. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's probably like the headpiece, just because I've seen screenshots and images over the past few months of like the Arnold as Conan rocking a different look and having different headpieces on. So that's gonna be my guess. I could be entirely wrong, but thankfully we're just a few days away from figuring all that stuff out. So there you go. Just want to give you guys a quick update and maybe clarify some misinformation that's kind of been out there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 2 different swords. Maybe I'm completely tripping. I got to get some eye LASIK surgery. But from what I can see, frame by frame comparisons, I don't think it's obvious what the gear piece is. In the comment section down below, obviously, if you have an opinion, let me know. Am I tripping? Am I seeing 2020 still? Do I got to go get my eyes looked at? But obviously the big takeaway is not only will this Thursday consist of the actual gameplay reveal trailer in full, which is probably going to be like 2.5-3 minutes long, we're also getting the Kombat Kast just a few hours after. And then later that day, the Nintendo Switch 2 hopefully gets revealed. But guys, that's all I got for y'all today. Hard to believe that we're already in 2025 and we're less than a week away from Conan the Barbarian being out, if you do have the Combat Pack DLC. Intrigued to see if in the next few weeks the marketing changes. I don't think it's going to. I really hope it does, but if they're really done with this game, man, I feel like T1000, they're probably gonna not talk about for a while, a month out and then a week out, which makes no sense, because going back to the days of like, you know, Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat 11, they were proactively, constantly, always active on the socials. If it was one intro every other day, you know, they were still doing so much more than now. And with them constantly complaining in these conference calls, saying that they need to make all the money in the world, they're not even promoting stuff that people have already paid for. Like, you already have my money. It just comes off so fucking disrespectful, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Street Fighter 6 is constantly giving you new looks at new concept art, full details on the character, leading up into everything. So, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, for all you guys who keep telling me, you gotta go watch the movie before he comes out, if I can find it streaming somewhere for free, I'll watch, what, I think there's 2 of them or something. I'll watch one of them. If I can find a free one in the comments, let me know. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Peace.
On it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all